Do you guys object to this question?
No.
Does anybody object to it? Do you guys think it's, it's a little...
Ask first.
What do you mean?
What's the question?
What question?
No, the rating
question.
What do you rate your looks on a scale of 1 to... Do you think it's kind of...
We're okay.
It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, oh, by the way, whoever's do gender swap too. We have to do gender swap for this. We have it? Yeah. Sweet. Look, the reason we ask it is because I think it is important to know your standing in the dating marketplace so that way you can go in with reasonable expectations and end up with a guy who's, maybe you don't think, maybe you want to shoot for the stars and get a top tier dude. You can try. Good luck. You're going to run into those problems we talked about earlier where they're not going to give you that same amount of attention, same amount of time. They're probably going to fuck around on you unless you catch a rare one. But I do genuinely think that if we were to line up every woman on earth and put her next to her male equivalent when it comes to looks, 90% of y'all would be mortified. You'd be like, really? That's the dude? You know what I mean? So it's and why it's important is because I think a lot of women, y'all conflate sexual interest with dating interest.
Long-term commitment.
Yeah.
Interest.
So you'll get a bunch of likes and DMs, and maybe you'll deal with an athlete, NFL player, NBA player. You'll deal with a mid-tier SoundCloud rapper or some bullshit. Maybe you'll even deal with a major musician or actor or whatever it is, or a guy who's rich, or a guy who's got status, or a guy who's really good looking, whatever it is. You're getting sexual attention from him. But that's not the W for you. As women, it's easy for you to get sexual attention from almost most or all men. The W is when you get commitment from that guy, when you get a ring, when you get his last name, when you get his children. So you can't be confusing, because men will sleep with a girl and disqualify her just based on her looks. She's attractive enough to sleep with, but not attractive enough to be in a relationship with. And maybe that's confusing for some of y'all, because I think with women it's the reverse. For you to have a short-term thing with a guy, he's got to be really attractive typically. You make the concession the other way. To have a short-term, if you want to just have a quick one-night stand or a hookup, he's got to be really fucking hot.
Yeah.
But it's kind of different. But with men, it's for a short-term thing, we actually look down. Men look down. We'll deal with a girl who we would never be caught in a relationship with on the sole basis of her looks, because we just want the easy access to sex. But because the majority of men are just straight up offering you sex, you're gonna get offers from men who are that are above your league. And the other thing is, as guys, we get rejected on the front end. So you guys will get rejected on the back end. So what does this look like? If I step to a girl who's just out of my league, and this is going to typically, if I'm stepping to, I don't know, who's a beautiful
Megan
woman.
Fox.
Could I get her?
Oh, let's not
No,
talk about it, please.
if I'm stepping to Megan Fox, even Megan Fox right now, she's a little crazy for, I don't know, she's got a lot going on. I'm getting rejected though. I don't have a chance with Megan Fox, and I know that going in. But she's going to reject me immediately up front. And it doesn't even have to be a girl with status. It could be just a normal girl who's just good looking, attractive. I can't get anything outside my league, right? If I step to a girl, instant rejection. I don't get a conversation. I don't get a date. I don't get a meal. I certainly don't get sex, right? But as women, if you're dealing with a dude who's outside of your league, you can fuck him. Maybe he's going to keep you around for 1, 2, 3 dates, 1, 2, 3 hookups. Maybe you even get a situationship. He'll keep you around for 6 months. He'll burn 6 months of your time while you're trying to get him into a relationship.
I went through that in my 20s.
Yep.
You're literally explaining
So why is that?
He actually had a very, this is my issue with he had a 13-year younger girl as his girlfriend. and I was the other woman without knowing it, and I was the girl he was fucking around with.
Ouch.
Yeah. So this, I agree with.
No, this happens all the time. And look, as
It was
I don't fully like, I don't blame women insofar. I kind of do, but hold on. I don't blame you because we all want to get what's the best we can get. We want the most attractive, the best personality, all the other sort of beneficial things that we can get in a relationship, all the characteristics we like, the looks, like we all want to get the best. We're all greedy. We want to get the best that we can. We want the optimum partner. You're not going to, if you're faced with multiple different options, and women, you guys have a fuck ton of options, you're going to want the best one. It makes sense. But then the guys you pick, if they're all at the top, they also have a fuck ton of options, and they're not like, they're going to want to be dealing probably with multiple women.
They probably don't pursue either because women are throwing themselves. Yeah.
Yep.
Or I mean, they might still pursue, but they're still going to probably be dealing.
Well, as somebody who was like that, typically the girl that I approach is who I want because I approached her. But if it's convenient, if women are throwing themselves at me, if it's convenient, I'll take them up on it. Like, I declined a lot of women as well, but the women who are just good enough or who are attractive enough, and it's not like I'll sleep with them and then kick them to the curb. It was never like that. It's like, oh, we can chill, we can go out or whatever the case may be, but it's just not where you're up to my standard in terms of what I want on my arm. And then a lot of times personality plays a huge role in that too, because a lot of these women have personality issues and like cluster B mental illnesses and oh
I
my
would love
gosh,
to hear
but that's normally what it is. That's normally how it goes.
But I mean, it's a difficult situation, and then a lot of the guys are gonna feign. They're gonna feign that they want something more serious to, like, because they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, I'll keep her around for 6 months and just so I can keep having sex with her, right? And I don't think that's the right way to move as men, but as women, you gotta kind of look at the dynamics that are going on and be like, it's hard. Like, you're gonna want that guy. You're gonna want that top guy who's either really attractive or, whatever, he's got status or whatever it is. And you're gonna want to try to catch him. But he's got a lot of other women chasing him. It's like, why settle when he can get other women? And you're not gonna get commitment. And then the trouble is, like, as dudes, it's typically not the case as a guy when you're like in your 20s or whatever, throughout the course of your 20s, you're like, it doesn't look like this for men. And could you ever, here's the reversal. Imagine a guy who's 20, 21, who all the women want to sleep with him. And he's a 6. Let's say he's mid. Let's say he's a 5. But all the girls want to sleep with him, who are his looks equivalent. But in addition to that, there's women who are 6, 7, 8, and 9 who want to sleep with him too. But those women, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 women, they don't want commitment from him. They just want to fuck him a couple times. Maybe he'll get a situationship with a few for 1, 2, 3 months. And then let's say you're a girl and you're like, oh, that's a guy, we're kind of on the same level, I want to get him in a relationship. Why would he ever be in a relationship with you when he can get sexual attention, other kinds of attention from women who are more attractive than you? That's what's going on with women. Food for thought. Got real silent there. Oh, you got... I don't know, am I wrong? I could be wrong. I don't know, maybe correct me. Maybe y'all fuck...
I mean, about us looking for somebody that for us at least is like very good looking, like fit for our beauty standard. That's true. For one night stand, that's also, at least I talk about my own experience, that what I did. But when I had to have a relationship, I always had to know how's the personality, because if I have to be with somebody, talk to you every day, and I mean, I have to have a connection emotionally, feelings for you, and we have to be fit to each other. I mean, I cannot be with somebody that thinks about certain topics and puts certain priorities that to me they're not really, like, there shouldn't be even priorities.
But why would women care if the man wants to take us seriously? Why can't we just I'm the one, I'm going to choose who I want to be serious with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why also a lot of women stop
Prioritizing.
or relationship. They're more like focusing on their career, their well-being.
So you're saying women just want to fuck a bunch of dudes in their 20s?
No,
Is that
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
so what are you
what
saying?
I'm saying is women should not take a relationship or a man as their first priority in their life. They
Why
should
not?
not be concerned about that.
Why not?
Because you're not our
Because
job.
men can tell a woman to fuck off,
So
right, whenever they want. So women are always be the one that's more passive. So we should be there for ourselves and to become the best version of ourselves. So one day we can tell the man, you fuck off. If we don't like you, fuck off.
But he said that at the beginning of the show. Most of the time, women are the ones telling the men to fuck off. What if I told you that actually what you're saying, because what we're talking about a very, very small percentage of men who can do this. The majority of men, as I told you earlier, don't have the leverage in their relationships. They can't just break up and go out and get other women. And fun fact, most men fall in love before the women do. Most men are the ones asking for commitment.
Really?
I find that very
Yes.
hard to believe.
I don't think so. that's
No,
not
I'm telling you a psychological.
want to cherish
I'm
a woman.
telling you a psychological fact. Like, you can Google it. Who falls in love first most of the time? It's gonna say men.
My older brother, like you're
Yes,
talking, my older brother is having this problem. Like, girls, he's good looking, but girls are looking for him to just have the one night stand, and maybe he would like to continue to see this girl ghosted. And
Where
like,
are those kind of men?
Well, you
I have not met them.
gotta think about it. Do y'all think most men get women?
no. That's
Okay
definitely not.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, so most men don't get women, right? So the men who get women, the men who can afford to get women, most men, when they get in a relationship, they value that relationship.
Yeah.
They try to hold on to that relationship because it's so difficult for them if they lose that source of validation, they lose that source of sex, for them to just go find it elsewhere. So they stick to it. And this is actually, the research bears this out empirically. It was just a major study that was released that showed men actually value the relationship more than women in a lot of regards.
That's based on because they are lack of choices.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have the
From personal
leverage in
experience,
the
I see what you're
relationships.
saying, and I